Today I want to talk to you about a pipeline called story. Did you know that Trade Oxy has a story and the other business ventures that we're involved in have a story? And did you know that your business story matters? And sharing that story with your customers and with your consumers and with your team can be one of the most powerful ways to build your business and help you achieve your purpose. I think this is a lesson that we had to learn in the really hard way when it came to Trade Oxy. We had to learn that sharing our story was important, and I'll be honest, I had a little bit of discomfort about sharing my story when it came to just doing content creation. But I had to realize that my story matters, and the story of me being involved in Trade Oxy matters, and the Trade Oxy story matters as well. I think in a lot of cases we get exposed to stories that are kind of like the completed story at the end of it. And it's easy to discount and to kind of not really connect with the fact that entrepreneurs and other people had to go through an incredible amount of work and sometimes pain and strife to achieve the story that they got to. Sharing that story along the way can be a powerful way to help people to know what to expect and where to go. So today I want to talk a little bit about the Trade Oxy story and how we're sharing it and why I think sharing your story matters. Here's 3 reasons why I think sharing a story matters. First of all, sharing a story connects you with people. Ultimately, business is about people. It's about the people who work with you, the people who work for you, the people who consume your products, whatever it is, like a story connects you to them. Maybe it's a story like Trade Oxy, which is a story of entrepreneurship and how we tried some things and we got some amazing things right, and sometimes some of the things we got wrong. Maybe it's a story about an incredible adventure that you went on in a different country, or maybe the same country. Maybe it's a simple story about cooking a beautiful meal and how that impacted your family. The story matters, and framing it effectively connects you with people around you. The second thing is that a story builds authenticity. Do you know, when we spoke about it as a team, taking this new approach with our storytelling around authenticity and sharing our journey, it was an incredibly uncomfortable thing to talk about together. Do we really want to be going into the public and saying, hey, we made some mistakes and our platform's going to be ready in a couple of months after this video. Come join our journey. But it builds authenticity when we do that. And we believe that by sharing this story in a really, really honest and authentic way, we're going to achieve some amazing things together and people will connect with our journey. Finally, a story builds understanding. I think some of my favorite products in the world are able to share a really compelling story. I'm not just talking about the marketing aspect of, like you're not just selling a product, you're selling a lifestyle or a hope or something like that. That can often come across quite manipulatively. What I'm talking about is an authentic story that shares the journey with people. Ultimately, we're all on a journey, and even though sometimes I think that can be overused, I think sharing that journey with people in a really fun and compelling way can really be quite a powerful way to talk about your business. But there's a few things that we've learned about storytelling that I wanted to share today. First of all, we had to learn that a story has to be authentic, and I've probably mentioned that about 15 times in this video already. But the point is, we decided that for Trade Oxy, we wanted to tell an authentic story. Our authentic story is this. Several months ago, at the time of the release of this video, I had this idea about building a trading system that really allowed people all over the world to connect to it. And I had in my mind building it on a Raspberry Pi and a bunch of other things. And then I found about this thing called Build Space Nights and Weekends, which is a 6-week program where you get to go along, connect with a whole bunch of entrepreneurs, watch this really inspiring guy called Faza, and build whatever you want to put your dreams towards. Some amazing people on that show, and I still love that experience. Our authentic story is we spent the next 3 to 4 months building an amazing platform, but when we got to the beta launch, we realized we totally missed a whole bunch of really important business things. Our authentic story is that we spent the next 6 weeks figuring out what they were and how to put them in place, and out of that came this beautiful series that you're watching. That's our authentic story. But our authentic story is also one of hope. We have an absolute drive and determination to achieve amazing things with Trade Oxy. We think there's some incredible opportunities when it comes to using artificial intelligence, combining technical and fundamental analysis, and really making platforms easy for people that will really be incredible. I have this dream that I want our whole company to be run on Raspberry Pis when it comes to the development and all the rest of it, because I believe there's a whole portion of the world who just can't access what we're doing because of lack of internet and compute power. Now that's part of the story of Trade Oxy, not just one about what we've done, but also our hopes and our dreams and our purpose, our dreams for the future. In previous episodes, I've talked about a pipeline called purpose. And when you tell your story, you're really connecting other people with your purpose. You're really helping other people to understand what your purpose is. And really, it's a super authentic way of doing that. Hopefully you're already feeling inspired. So let me talk a little bit more about this. A couple of things that we realized. Your story has to be purposeful. There is a purpose to what you're doing, and there's a purpose for why you're doing what you're doing. Now, don't get me wrong, at previous times in Trade Oxy, I don't think we've been super clear about that, but the pipeline we built into our business called Purpose allows us to connect everything we're doing to that purpose. And that means that our story has a purpose as well. We're not just measuring random metrics because some marketing video told us that's important. We're having a look at what matters to us, what matters to our customers, and working backwards to that to say, this is what we want to measure. And we don't want to measure the other random stuff that doesn't matter. We're making sure that our story is unashamed. We're not ashamed of where we've come from. We're not ashamed of the mistakes that we've made. We're not ashamed of the successes we've had. We're not ashamed to charge people what we believe is a fair and reasonable price for our product. Instead, we feel that we're confident that what we've done really matters. We're confident that our things that we maybe missed the mark on make us better at doing business, and that over the next few months, everyone will be able to see the progress that we've made and how powerful our platform has become because we weren't afraid to have a go. Ultimately, I believe that's the case for every entrepreneur watching this, and I hope this helps. Don't forget, the best is yet to come.